Am I the a-hole? Newlywed husband wanted to wait till marriage for sex and just surprised me with my crappiness on the honeymoon. Not the a-hole, so we only dated for 6 months. We've been engaged for another 6 and just got married on Saturday. I literally just got back from my honeymoon a couple hours ago. My husband isn't a religious guy, he just says he is old-fashioned like that. We got close to fooling around a couple times but it never went far. I tried, but he always stopped after it. Am I the a-hole for eating into this and being upset that I waited until my wedding night to find out that he probably isn't as old-fashioned as he says he is? I'm not going to shame him, and honestly I don't even know how I'll broach the topic, and I'm not seeking advice. I honestly just acted like nothing was out of the ordinary and went to town with him, but I dunno. I kind of feel lied to. Like a half truth, or something was intentionally withheld from me. This was unexpected, to say the least. And if you read this far, thanks for your time. 2 things first. She just got a smartwatch. She is not the most active during sex, so my Sue and I were having sex. I'm on top and it's the usual, which is fine. I am always the one to suggest other positions and stuff, otherwise it would just be missionary done. I've already got her off and I say, hey babe, wanna get on top? Her, not really, if that's okay. Me, okay. Continues in out. Suddenly her watch starts vibrating and chiming. Me, what's up with that? Her, without thinking, oh it just does that when it thinks I've been sedentary too long. I bust out laughing. Can't stop. She gets super grumpy about it. We stop. I don't really care cause I appreciate the comedy. Now her feeling are kinda hurt. I currently live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 roommates, married couple. For a number of reasons, right now we are temporarily all sleeping in one room. I usually eat a late night snack around 10 PM or so, but regardless, I usually wake up around 2 or 3 AM pretty hungry. The way our situation works, again for a multitude of reasons, one of my roommates has all of the snacks and I don't have any direct easy access to any food, so I have to wake her up to give me a snack. Usually I end up waking the guy up too since we are all in the same room. If I don't eat at 3 AM and just wait until they get up around 6 or 7, or later, I would be very hangry, cranky the entire half of the night and literally crying because I am so hungry. Currently, neither of my roommates is working, so even if I wake them up for a snack, it's not like they have anything to do in the morning so they can sleep in. Am I the a-hole for waking up my roommates for a 3 AM snack every night? Edit. I am a 6-week-old newborn baby. The married couple are my parents. Am I the a-hole for pretending to be an Apple-tarian, eating only apple-derived foods, drinks, for 3 weeks as a prank, causing my friends to have an intervention for me? I got the idea a few weeks ago to prank my friends by pretending to be an Apple-tarian, meaning somebody who only eats food products that are derived from apples and would only drink apple juice or apple cider. I told them all that I had read on the internet that eating only apples was the healthiest thing for you. When I first told them they thought I was joking, but they underestimated how committed I would be to a joke. So, whenever in the presence of one of my friends, or friend of friends, co-workers etc who knew them, I was very careful to only be seen eating apples or drinking apple juice cider. Apples whole, apples diced, apple sauce, the inside of an apple pie, baked apples, candy apples with the chocolate shaved off, etc. Finally, after about a week, they bought that I had become an Apple-tarian. They started giving me information about how unhealthy it was to only eat apples, and growing increasingly exasperated by it. Some of them even got angry. But I wanted to stick with the joke. Finally, after the end of 3 weeks, I walked into what I was told was a movie night but was actually an intervention for me. They were all super concerned about my well-being and had all sorts of information or whatever. Finally I started laughing hysterically. They were confused as hell, so I told them I had been faking it the whole time and had been eating real meals outside their knowledge. I even took out some beef jerky from my pant pocket to prove it and munched it. I thought they'd appreciate the joke, but they were actually really annoyed. My girlfriend even broke up with me over this because a few days ago I had ruined our date night when I told the waiter I only wanted apples because I was an Apple-tarian and had embarrassed her for a dumb joke. In my opinion, the joke was solid and they should appreciate my commitment to the prank. But, did I go too far? Am I the a-hole for kicking my pregnant girlfriend out of my house when I found out the child wasn't mine? My ex and I had been together for 2 years. It was rocky for the last couple months when she lost her job and just seemed to refuse to look for work, just living for free in my house, causing me to have to financially support us both. I also suspected she was cheating on me, and eventually I broke up with her and she left to live with her parents. A few weeks later she comes knocking on my door to let me know she's pregnant with my child. She was practically beaming with glee. I agreed to let her stay with me again as my home would be a healthier place to stay, as her mom smokes like a chimney and refused to stop smoking inside when she found out her daughter was pregnant. Didn't want my child subjected to that. The one caveat to this arrangement being we would go in a couple weeks and get a paternity test done. She very happily agreed. Her reaction actually washed away some of the fears I had about her possibly cheating on me. So she lives with me for a couple weeks and we go to get the test done. We find out that the child isn't mine and like a switch is flipped. I honestly no longer care about that kid anymore and tell her to pack up her shit and get out of my house. This was a week ago. She moved her stuff back to her parents' house, but is staying with a friend to avoid the cigarette smoke and other problems there. She, her friends, and even a few of our mutual friends are texting and messaging me about how I'm a terrible person for doing this to that innocent child. That I have plenty of room in my home and I should just help her out. I feel like I've been through the emotional ringer these past months and I've been through every emotion I am capable of feeling. From realizing I was possibly a father to the betrayal when her cheating was confirmed. Honestly, I feel so emotionally raw and sometimes I agree with them. That maybe I should take her back and just care for the kid. Was I unfair to this unborn child? Am I a total piece of shit for not wanting them in my home in this vulnerable time for them? She cheated on me, but is this a situation that I should suck it up and take care of them anyway? Am I the a-hole for tattling on my boyfriend to his mother? My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years, and things were great until our daughter was born 6 months ago. Since then, our relationship has gone down the tubes because he refuses to care for her. He'll sit on the couch and play video games and he'll only tend to her while she's screaming if I tell him to. Even then, unless I'm in the middle of doing something right then, he'll ask me why I can't just do it instead. On top of that, he only holds her if I hand her to him while he's watching TV and she's calm. He stays up late playing video games but still won't get her when she cries, so I have to get up with her. We've talked about it multiple times, to the extent that I've told him I can't handle it anymore, and he improves for a week and then goes back to his old ways. I'm honestly considering filing for custody but tried one last ditch effort. I put the baby in his gaming room and told him I was going out. In reality, I just went to the gas station because I felt like I couldn't trust him, and sure enough when I got back the baby was screaming and he was ignoring her. I took a 10-second video of this and after I comforted the baby, I sent it to his mother with an explanation of what's going on. She called him and absolutely reamed him for it, and now he's upset with me for involving his mother and for taking a video out of context. I'm at my wit's end and will probably leave him at this point. But am I the a-hole for sending the video?